It's time for Kimmerer Lady Rangers Volleyball. The 2013 2A state champions are back and ready to defend their title. Listen and watch live to Lady Rangers Volleyball right here on mylocalradio.net all season long. Presented to you by Monsanto, Old West Design, Western Wyoming Community College, and Old West Media, Inc. Now, let's send it out to the voice of the Kimmerer Lady Rangers, Adam Jacksa, as KHS Volleyball starts right now.
Good evening, and for the first time, welcome to Kimmerer High School Gym, a brand new facility here at Kimmerer, and tonight we've got a great volleyball matchup for you, a conference matchup in the 2A Southwest between the Lyman Lady Eagles and, of course, your Kimmerer Lady Rangers. The Lady Rangers coming in at 4-2 on the young season, and again, this is their first match at home. This is the first anything at home, as this gym is brand new. You also see a brand new football stadium when the football team plays their first home game in a couple of weeks, so a lot of brand new facilities at Kimmerer, and certainly makes it exciting as you see the two teams warming up. Kimmerer out there right now in the red and the blacks as we are live in the Lady Ranger pregame show. I'm Adam Jacksa, Warren Cook to my left on the camera duties again tonight. Just about 13 minutes away from the opening serve, and we've got a lot for you coming up in the pregame. We sat down and talked with Brescia Hansen, the head coach for the visitors out of Lyman, and of course we sat down and talked to Blake Peterson, head coach for your Kimmerer Lady Rangers. So that's all coming up. We'll start with Brescia Hansen when we come back, as she'll talk about this matchup with the Lady Rangers and much more. So stay tuned. You're listening to Kimmerer Volleyball on mylocalradio.net.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to the Lady Ranger pregame show. Now joining me is the second-year head coach out of Lyman High School, Brescia Hansen. And, Coach, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, you are fairly new to Lyman. This is your second year, but you've got a decently young team. Tell me a little bit about how your season has gone so far.
Well, we have been just to the Douglas tournament last weekend. We wound up fourth out of 16 teams, and I was pleasantly surprised with the level of volleyball that we were playing right out of the gate. So it was good. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, certainly good to get your feet under the water and get those youngsters out there. Tell me, I know I've said it's a young team, but tell me a little bit more about your team this year.
Well, we've got 4 seniors and 3 juniors. 7 kids is what I've been suiting up. And my 4 seniors all played varsity last year, so they're pretty seasoned. My 3 juniors played mainly JV, but they did play some minutes of varsity last year and are just excellent players.
We're talking to second-year head coach Brescia Hansen over at Lyman High School, and you said you have 4 seniors. Have they kind of developed a leadership role already, or is that something you're hoping that they'll pick out as the season moves forward?
You know, it really is something that I hope that they'll pick out right now. Really, the 7, I've got 4 last year and 3 new kids. And so, you know, we're working on meshing and kind of gelling together. If you ask me today who my leader is, I don't know that I would have an answer for you, but those 7 kids are trying to put everything together and trying to work into maybe a pecking order, if that's appropriate to say, and just trying to figure things out. They work great together as a team, don't get me wrong, but just kind of trying to figure out who's got what authority. It's something that I think we'll work on for the whole season.
Now, are you one of those coaches that feel a player-led team is one of the best ways to have a team, or do you have a different idea?
I certainly think a player-led team. I think that a leader, though, I don't know how you train a leader. I think it's either something a kid has or they don't have. And I don't know. I don't know how to develop that as a coach. It's a really tough skill, a tough personality trait to develop. But yeah, I do think if one player can rally the whole team and get everybody going in the right direction, I think that's much more powerful than a coach trying to take on that role, because all the players are a little more invested. Yeah, if it's done the right way.
We're talking with Lyman head coach Brescia Hansen in her second year over there at Lyman as they take on your Lady Rangers coming up in a few minutes. And, Coach, tell me something that your team worked on coming up into this match tonight in Kemmerer.
Well, I like to, after matches, of course, practice our weaknesses. And one weakness that I felt like we had at the Douglas tournament, so we've been working on this week, is defensive positions. I've got some strong, athletic kids blocking at the net, and so everybody else learning how to play defense around them. That's been what we've been working on this week.
It's a pretty strong conference, the 2A Southwest. Kemmerer obviously had some success last year. They win the state championship. In your mind, what do you think it's going to take for your team to win the Southwest Conference this year?
Well, what I think it's going to take probably is consistency. I think to win volleyball games, number one, you've got to pass, and number two, you've got to play defense. And I think that most kids that play volleyball are pretty interested in the offensive aspect. So if I can get my kids to buy into just working their guts out on defense, I think everything else will fall into place for us.
Coach, final question for you before you get started with this match tonight against the Lady Rangers. How excited are you and your team to play? I don't know if you know, but a brand new gym here at Kemmerer. How excited is your team to partake in this gym's first match?
I think it's exciting. I think it's a great atmosphere. Obviously, our communities are pretty close together, and so I don't know if it can be touted as a rivalry match, if you will, but it's a pretty big match. I mean, Kemmerer's coming off a state championship. I've heard they have great facilities, so it's just going to be a really exciting time for us to step in there and be part of all that.
Coach Brescia Hansen, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck today as your Eagles take on the Rangers.
Thank you.
That was the head coach of the visitors from Lyman as they take on your Lady Rangers coming up in just about 7 minutes as we are nearing first serve. The Lyman Lady Eagles getting warmed up right in front of us as you see to the right of the net. They'll play right in front of us, right across. A good fan gathering so far. Hopefully more fans will continue to trickle in as you see the opposing side, the fans sitting over there, again, in a brand new gymnasium here at Kemmerer High School, and it is fantastic. We'll be right back, and when we do come back, we'll sit down and talk with the head coach for the Lady Rangers, and of course, that's fifth-year man Blake Peterson. So stay right with us as we get ready for first serve in Kemmerer between the Lady Eagles and the Lady Rangers coming up in just over 7 minutes. You're listening to Kemmerer Volleyball and the Lady Ranger pregame show on mylocalradio.net.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Joining me now, the head coach for the Kemmerer volleyball team, Blake Peterson. And Coach, I got to watch your team this weekend. I came away impressed, but more importantly, how did you feel your team played up in level?
Well, we're definitely a work in progress. I feel like we came home a better team for sure. We were able to go up there and compete with some pretty good teams. It was important to me to see that they, each match they made progress, and but we didn't really go backwards at all. And that was big for me. Whether we were ahead or behind in any of the games, we fought hard, we competed at every play, and I was proud of the girls for taking the focus up there that they did. We came home with a second place medal from the tournament. It happens to be what we did last year as well, and last year ended up okay, so we'll see what happens this year.
And I was going to say, maybe a good foreshadowing. Obviously, the state championship is a pretty nice way to finish the year. Coming up this week, you guys have got a big week. Lyman on Thursday, Wind River and Shoshone over the weekend. We'll look at Lyman first. What are some things that you're doing to get prepared for that opening conference match on Thursday?
We're just practicing hard. We're trying to fine-tune some of the things that we've been working on all season long. We're getting the timing down on our offense. I think we have a little bit more variety with our offense this year. A few more things we can do a little bit more athletic in the middle, so it gives us some more options. And so we're kind of throwing a little bit of some new things at the girls this year. But we're just working on the timing now as far as getting it down for Lyman and for Wind River Shoshone on the weekend.
We're talking with the head volleyball coach here at Kemmerer High School, Blake Peterson, and you just said you're working on variety on offense. For some of us that aren't as intertwined into volleyball, what do you kind of mean by, making variety on offense?
Well, you can set the ball anywhere along the net. Generally speaking, you either set the right side or the middle or the outside. But with that, there's a lot of timing, and we have some different timings, some different heights of sets, and different combinations we do to kind of throw off the blockers from the other team. I know Lyman, from what I've heard, they've got some good height over there, and I know they'll have a pretty stiff block. So if we can throw some curves at them a little bit, so we can still get our hits, but still at the same time confuse their block a little bit, maybe we can eke out a few extra points that could be the difference in the game.
Now, when we talk about Lyman, they're going to be the first conference opponent that you face, as they're in your conference here. Is there any different way you go about approaching a conference game as just to, approaching a regular season game against, this weekend like Shoshone?
Not really. For me, conference games are huge as far as for seeding for the regional tournament. But to me, it's volleyball, and if you're not out there competing your best every play, then something needs to change. And so that's why I talk with the girls. Focus with them on one play at a time, focus and be intense for that play. Win the play. We say win that play. Then when that's over, we focus on winning the next play. And it doesn't matter if it's conference, whether it's scrimmage, whatever it is. They need to be competing. That's how they get better.
Continuing to talk to head volleyball coach Blake Peterson, and one of the fun things about this Thursday's match is it's right here in your guys' new gym. How excited are you, and how excited is the team to come out and play in front of your home fans?
We're pretty excited. It'll be fun. Hopefully we get a good crowd out here. I think people will want to come see us play in the new gym. But yeah, it should be fun. At the end of the day, it is just a volleyball game. I hope that the atmosphere doesn't get too big for the girls. It's just a volleyball game, and they've played it on plenty of different courts. And I hope they come out and they compete well. I think they will. So far they've showed they can get up for some big games, so I'm excited for that.
Final question for you, Blake. Lyman comes in on Thursday. Is there anything unique you're doing to prepare for Lyman, or is it one of those situations where it's more about what your team does when it comes to the match on Thursday?
Well, yeah, to me it is that way. I'm sure Lyman's a good team. I saw the results from the Douglas tournament. It looks like they competed really well over there. But to us, it's more about what do we do, what do we need to work on, and taking care of our own business. I've told the girls this a few different times. Our biggest opponent this year will be ourselves, and making sure we stay focused and keep that intensity, through every single match, through every single game. And so honestly, I think we're playing ourselves more than Lyman. And so far that's what I've seen. And so I hope that we can continue that.
Blake Peterson, head volleyball coach here at Kemmerer. Good luck on Thursday against Lyman, and then good luck this weekend. That was the head coach of your Lady Rangers, Blake Peterson. He's in his 5th season, of course. The Kemmerer Lady Rangers coming off a state championship, and they'll set to compete again this year and win their conference. They, of course, were the 2A Southwest champions last year. In their conference, you've got Big Piney, of course, the Rangers, Lyman, Wind River, and Wyoming Indian. And they'll take on Wind River later this weekend, and they'll also take on Shoshone on Saturday as well. When we come back, we're about a minute away from the first serve. We'll break down the rosters for both the Lady Rangers and, of course, the Lady Eagles, who are in town visiting Lyman against Kemmerer. First home conference volleyball matchup of the year for the Lady Rangers, and it's coming up for you next, right here on mylocalradio.net.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. because we are where you are.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference, because we are where you are.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
And we're back live at Kemmerer High School. I'm Adam Jackson, joining you on mylocalradio.net. You can catch all the Kemmerer Lady Ranger volleyball games here on mylocalradio.net all season long. You can also catch the Kemmerer football and home and away basketball girls and boys games. Those will be live on mylocalradio.net. So we hope you join us for all Kemmerer sports. And also, of course, this match right here, the Lady Eagles being announced right now, the starting lineups. We'll start with the Lady Eagles. Ann Wingleth, Trigger Yagi, Jody Yagi, Peyton Limoges starting for the Lady Eagles. Bailey Gross out there as well, wearing number 13. Number 23, Tessa Dennis. And that rounds out the starters for the Lady Eagles as we get started. And now it's time to announce the starters for the Lady Rangers. And of course, first comes their libero, Abby Brunsky, as she is the first one announced. She'll be in the red uniform. Second to come around is Michaela Krall, outside hitter for the Lady Rangers. Wearing number 10 and setting for your Lady Rangers, Lexi Julian. Grace Gregory wears number 11. And you've got the junior, Roxana Kelly, 5'6" for the Lady Rangers. Wearing number 15, Hannah Nielsen, 5'10" sophomore for Kemmerer. Next up for the Lady Rangers is Morgan McLaren. And those are your starters for the Lady Rangers as we get set to get this matchup underway between Kemmerer and Lyman. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a 2A Southwest Conference matchup. First time these two teams will meet, and it's right here in the brand new gym of your Lady Rangers. And we are about set to get this one underway. A little bit behind, 7:10. The time right now is supposed to start at 7 o'clock. The Lyman Lady Eagles in the away white uniforms with the blue on their sleeves. Lady Rangers wearing those black uniforms with the red up and down the sides. And they've got Lady Rangers written in the back. The libero is Brunsky in the red. Libero over for Lyman wears the blue, and that's Lindy Blumau, as the senior wears number 31 for the Lady Eagles, and we're just about set to get this one underway. Lady Rangers will serve first, as Lexi Julian is back to serve for Kemmerer. And here we go. The first point is underway. Serve goes across, and it's knocked over by Dennis. Brunsky will just set it over for the Rangers, and now it'll be set up on that far side by Yagi. And the shot goes wide on the far side, and that's a point for your Lady Rangers. The first point at home this year for Kemmerer's varsity team. The freshman and JV teams already participated today against the Lady Eagles. So it's 1-0 Lady Rangers, and that's off the hands of Peyton Limoges as it goes out of bounds, and now 2-0 Lady Rangers off the two serves from Lexi Julian. One of the strengths of this Lyman team, Brescia Hansen telling me that she's very happy with her blockers up front. Ball's dug up. Yagi sets it up, and it'll be sent over by Limoges. Lady Rangers control. Nielsen wanted to try and kill it over. Instead, she'll just tap it over, and it's off the hands of Blumau, the libero back there. Just a mistake by Lindy Blumau, and it's a quick 3-0 start for the Lady Rangers. Good start for the young team from Kemmerer. Lyman has a pretty experienced team under head coach Brescia Hansen. Looking for their first point. It's tapped over, and it'll drop through. Nice job by Peyton Limoges on the near side here to just throw it over the top. She got it over the blockers of McLaren and Julian. And now first serve coming up from Dennis. Set on the near side by Julian. She goes across to Roxana Kelly, and it's blocked at the net by Wingleth. Again, that's something we're going to look for all night long, is the blocking ability of the Lyman Lady Eagles. This coach Brescia Hansen was very excited when she talked to me about the blocking abilities of her team, and that drops down for a point as well. And just like that, we're tied at 3. Sent over by Dennis on the serve. Julian sets it cross court, and it's blocked, but it still gets over as Nielsen sends it into the block, but it drops on that Lyman side, and the Lady Rangers take the 4-3 lead. And we were with you for the Bighorn tournament, just best of 3 in that. We'll go back to the traditional, and the first one to win 3 games will win the match tonight. Yagi comes near side, and a good kill set down by Peyton Limoges. Limoges, of course, her dad is the principal over at Lyman, Todd Limoges, as his daughter, the 5'7" junior, just picks up the point, and we're tied at 4 once again. Nice job by Krall just to bump it over. Now it'll be set up, tapped across, and down once again. Wingleth, second time that the Lady Eagles have been able to just tap it over the blockers of the Lady Rangers, and they've taken their first lead 5-4. Brunsky and McLaren bump it, and now Nielsen tries to go back row, but it's too far. And the score 6-4. See our scoreboard in the top left corner, and Coach Blake Peterson wants to take a timeout to gather his thoughts and talk to his team, settle him down. We'll take a quick break and come back. Lady Rangers trail early, 6-4 in the opening set. Here, you're listening to Kemmerer Volleyball on mylocalradio.net.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
And we welcome you back to Kemmerer High School, the beautiful brand new Kemmerer High School. The Lady Rangers trailing 18-9. Nielsen sends that ball into the net. And it's now 19-9. Lyman in front. A very experienced group for the Lady Eagles. They have all juniors and seniors on their team. Pollard sets it up middle, and it's partially deflected. And it drops in for a point for McLaren. And the Lady Rangers certainly needed that, as they pulled to the double-digit scoring mark. They have 10. Eagles have 19. Rexana Kelly checks in for your Lady Rangers. Serving now is Lexi Julian. That's mishandled by Limoges, but saved nicely and sent over by Yagi. And now the Lady Rangers will set it up. Julian, right the middle, off the hands of Cross, and it's a point for Kemmerer. And the score 19-11. Lyman still leading. Lady Rangers trying to save this first set and make a comeback. Julian getting set to our left and serves it down the near side. It's dug up over there by Limoges. Sent up to Julian, and McLaren goes left side, partially deflected, and Crawl played one that looked like it was out of bounds. And the point goes to Lyman. Well, it looked like it landed inbound over on the Lyman side, but it was outside the marker on the net, so it's a point for Lyman. 20-11 the score. First one to 25 wins. Ball set up by Brunsky. Julian over to Nielsen, and she sends it too deep down the far sideline. Another point for Lyman, who quietly has really controlled this opening set. Blonsky on the near side, Julian, and just tapped over by Kelly and looked like a lift call, and that is the case. Little miscommunication between her and Nielsen about who was going to take that. Now 22-11. Good dig by Brunsky, far side. Nielsen just mishit it. Goes into the net, and Lady Rangers not playing up to their capabilities as they trail 23-11. Kelly taps it over, and it's picked up by Yagi. And a point for the Lady Rangers. Mishap over on the Lyman side. It's going to take a fierce comeback for Kemmerer to get this first set win. They trail 23-12, and that goes into the net. Morgan McLaren serving it there, and now it's set point. A lot of opportunities for the Lady Eagles to win this first game. Point goes over, or the ball goes over, and Brunsky gets it across. Played by Yagi, coming back near side. Limoges has it blocked, but it lands on the side of the Lady Rangers, and that'll be the final point of this opening game. An impressive win by the Lyman Lady Eagles as the visitors come in and win the first set 25-12. And we're going to take a quick break and come back for the second set. Hopefully the Lady Rangers will come back motivated and be able to pull out that second set and even up this series. But so far it's all Lyman. They lead 25-12. You're listening to Kemmerer Volleyball on mylocalradio.net.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
And we're back to live action for the start of set 2. Lady Rangers trying to bounce back, and they're off to a good start. Partially deflected, and then off the hands of Gross, excuse me. And it's 1-0 Lady Rangers. Bailey Gross, 5'9" senior for the Lady Eagles. Again, all juniors and seniors for Lyman. McLaren, a junior for the Lady Rangers, sends it across. And a hard hit ball put up in play by McLaren, just bumped by Kroll and then getting across by Julian, but then set down on the opposite side. Smart play by Trigger Yagi. One of those identical twins for the Lyman Lady Eagles. Again, you've got Trigger Yagi, who wears 6, and Jody Yagi, who wears 9. Both 5'8", both juniors, and both big contributors to this Lady Eagle team. Blocked in front, and that time Hannah Nielsen tried to fake out the blockers in front and just tap it over, but they still were able to block that ball, and it's 2-1. Ball just gets over the net off the arms of Tessa Dennis. Yagi to her sister, and then sent over, and Wingleth hits the back, and it's 3-1 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Wingleth has had a nice match so far. Again, if you're just joining us, Lyman winning the first set 25-12. Julian comes near side. Kroll hits it far to the back, but it's scooped up by Dennis. Then sent over. McLaren pops it up in the air. Kroll comes over. It'll just be bumped over by Nielsen. And then just sent across as well by Yagi. Another opportunity for the Lady Rangers. The lefty, Kelly, sends it over. Now we come back. McLaren keeps it alive. Good volley going back and forth between these two teams. Nielsen stayed up though by Gross. Far side, and it goes off the net. And tapped back over, and then just miss-hit by Peyton Limoges. Very good volley. Good volleyball back and forth between Kemmerer and Lyman. And the Lady Rangers have pulled it within a point. 3-2 the score. Game 2, best of 5. First one to 25 wins this game. That far side, partially blocked, and Limoges gets the kill down. 5'7" junior over there makes the kill for the Lady Eagles. Trigger Yagi sends it over, and just too far below the net as McLaren trying to get it up to Lexi Julian to send it over, but unable to do so. And Lyman out in front early in set 2, just as they were in set 1. It's 5-2. That gets off the hands of Gregory, sends it too far back. 6-2. Lyman leading Kemmerer. Ball's up in the middle. Near side, Crawl. Good dig in the back corner, though. Kept alive by Yagi. Now the Lady Rangers will try it again. Just sent over by Kelly. Yagi, far side, Limoges. Partially blocked and off the arm of McLaren as it goes deep to the right. And a timeout called by Coach Peterson. His team down once again. 7-2 the score in the second set. Lady Eagles already won the first set. Going to need a comeback from the Lady Rangers. We'll see if they can do it when we come back. You're listening to Kemmerer Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.net.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
And we're back to Kemmerer High School. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening and watching on MyLocalRadio.net. I'm Adam Jackson. Be here all season long covering volleyball, football, and then basketball. And there's a point for your Lady Rangers. Blocked in front after the kill attempt by Crawl, but it was out of bounds. And that's something that Kemmerer really did well up at the Bighorn County tournament. Whenever Blake Peterson called a timeout, they seemed to come out and respond, and they did as well there. Kelly sends it over with the left hand. Set up by Yagi, right in front by Wingleth. Set up by Brunsky. Nice job by McLaren to keep it alive, and Brunsky gets it over. In the back to field it is Bluemel. And the kill attempt, diving is Brunsky to try and save it, but she couldn't quite do it as Kelly went back to chase it. A good effort from the Lady Rangers. But another point for the Lady Eagles. We're out in front 8-3. That ball sent over, and under it is Brunsky. Gregory sends it to the back. Bluemel has it. Yagi and Limoges will just bump it over. Now Kemmerer sets it up. Pollard comes near side. Crawl hits it off the arms of Limoges. Good power from Crawl as she went cross court, far corner. And the Lady Rangers have pulled to within 4. 8-4 is your score. We're in game 2. Crawl will serve it. She's got that line drive, powerful serve. It almost got by Bluemel, but then sent back hard by Yagi. And off the fingertips, or off the arms, I should say, of Brunsky. And another point for the Lady Eagles. 9-4. Opening match in the 2A Southwest Conference between the Lady Rangers and the Lady Eagles, and that ball just goes off the side of the arm of Crawl. And Lyman looking good early. They're not making many mistakes, and unfortunately the Lady Rangers have made a few in these first 2 sets. And that's really why Lyman has played so well, and we've got a little boy that decided to run out onto the court. Wanted to join the Lyman Lady Eagles over there. Don't think you're eligible, buddy. Got that taken care of, though, and I don't think the Lady Eagles need your help. They lead it 10-4 in the second game. McLaren sends it to the back, and a good job by Bluemel to let it go. 11-4 the score. Kemmerer trailing. This young team trying to respond. Set up by Brunsky to that far side. Bailey Maggie taps it over, and it's down in the middle for the kill. Nice point for the Lady Rangers, and they pulled it within 6. 11-5 the score. Kemmerer will be in action again on Saturday as they take on another conference foe in Wind River. They'll also take on Shoshone. Those games coming at 2 and 5 o'clock. That ball too long, as Yagi just missed on that far side. Lady Rangers, of course, playing tonight, and Saturday they'll play at Wind River, and then they'll travel about 30 minutes to the east to take on Shoshone. Trying to come back, though, in this match. Good serve by Brunski, handled in the back by Blumel. Blocked in front, still kept alive though. And Lyman will just ease it over. Dennis gets it across. Now down the middle, McLaren bumped in the back by Yagi. And then just sent over once again by Dennis. McLaren blocked by Dennis, kept alive though by Gross. Blumel, the libero, sends it over. Another good volley. Pollard sends it over. Ooh, a great dig out there by Blumel. But the point will be given to the Lady Rangers. Looked like a double touch. Maybe the call by the official. And the score 11-7. Lady Rangers trying to come back in this second set. And they'll get another point as that goes off the arms of Peyton Limoges. Limoges has been really good tonight for the Lady Eagles, but that time just couldn't handle it. Kemmerer's pulled to within 3. Brunski across, goes back to Limoges. Yagi sets it up for her sister on the far side. Partially deflected. Brunski goes down to get it. Kral will send it over, and it's too far past the back line. And another point for the Lady Eagles. Should have told you this earlier, but it's the red outlined out of bounds line that is the one these teams are playing in. Ball sent over by McLaren. Lyman dealing with it, tapped over, Kral there. Now Pollard, and just sent over by Nielsen, almost down. A good effort by Blumel to keep it alive. Sent over by Yagi, Brunski's there. Now to the middle, McLaren has it blocked. She bumps it right back up though. And a lift called by the opposite official. There's one on each side, and then of course one down each line. 13-8 in favor of Lyman. Pollard, near side. Nielsen sends it back. It's too far. And again, so far Lyman, the team not making the mistakes. And they're the team that's in front. Coach Peterson up from his first seat, trying to give his team some encouraging instruction. McLaren sends it across. Gross is there. And into the net, it's played by Dennis. And that's a point for the Lady Rangers as they get the side out. Lexi Julian will come in along with Roxana Kelly, replacing Pollard and Maggie. And Julian coming in to serve. Good line drive, serve over the net. Limoges, though, to dig it up. Sent across, yes, but a net touch on the side of the Lady Rangers. So the ball goes back over, and the serve back over to the Lady Eagles. They've controlled this match so far. 15-9 the score. Sent across by Nielsen. And a powerful hit that drops down off the partially deflected ball. Limoges sending it over. Peyton. And another solid lead for Lyman in this second set. 16-9 the score. Yagi sends it over. Down is Brunski. Julian on that far side. Trying to tap it over. It went over the net. And we've got a net touch. And it belongs to Lyman. So that means the point goes over to the Lady Rangers. And the score 16-10. Serve over by McLaren. Yagi into the middle, just sent over by Dennis. Julian, cross court to Kral. She trying to go far corner and just a little bit too long. So the serve over to Lyman, leading 17-10. 25-12 was the opening set. That went to the visitors from Lyman. Julian. And a quick throw over by Nielsen. And the point given to Lyman. And so far right now, a pretty quiet crowd. And that's because Lyman has really played a good match so far. Got to give him credit. Nice tap over. And it's partially deflected by the Lady Eagles. And a point for Kemmerer. The tap over by Michaela Kral. The 5'4" junior on the outside there for the Lady Rangers getting the point. And Kemmerer within 7. Nielsen, the line drive serve, a little bit too low as it goes into the net. And Lyman closing in on a second set win. They're in front 19-11. Yagi sends it over. Brunsky in the back. And it's blocked again in front. Kept alive, but unable to get over. The block there by Wingleth and Gross. And again, Brescia Hansen, the head coach for the Lady Eagles, she told me blocking one of the biggest strengths on this Lyman team. That's blocked once again, right on cue. Peyton Limoges, that time on the far side, was able to get in front of Rexana Kelly. And it's now 21-11. Yagi to the deep spot to McLaren. And Rexana Kelly sends it to the back. Now Wingleth has it blocked up front by Gregory. Kept alive though, and now set up by Krall. She gets it back, partially blocked off of Gregory's arms, off of McLaren's arms, and down. And just imposing their will up front is the Lyman Lady Eagles. They're in front, doubling up the Lady Rangers, 22-11. Brunsky comes up, sets it back to the libero, Blumel. Now on that cross court, and Limoges makes a rare error tonight for the Lady Eagles. They haven't made a lot of them, but they did there, and a point for Kemmerer. Subs as Julian checks out. Maggie checks in. Rexana Kelly back in the far corner to serve. Lefty sends it across down the far sideline. Yagi digs it up. And then hit over by Gross. Too long. Back-to-back points for the Lady Rangers. It's going to take a big comeback for them if they want to win this second set. They trail 22-13 to a very experienced and errorless Lyman team. That's tapped over, kept alive, and just sent over by Wingleth. On that far side, Rexana Kelly sent a little bit too far back for Maggie. They do get it over. Now partially deflected. McLaren there to Kelly. Middle for Gregory, and she hits it into the middle of the net. 23-13 the score. Pollard coming in as she replaces Kelly. Coach Peterson talking with Rexana Kelly on the bench. Tapped up and over, and still kept alive. Yagi gets it across. And what do we have here? It looks like the point is given to Kemmerer. So point for the Lady Rangers, 23-14 the score. Krall to serve. Sends it over, Blumel handles it, and then just sent across by Limoges. Now Pollard comes back near side for McLaren, and too far. The point for the Lady Eagles, and they're now a point from taking the second set. After already winning the first 25-12, they're in front 24-14. Blumel will put the set point in play. Gets it over, coming up is Brunsky. Pollard there to set it middle. Gregory sets it over. Helped by Limoges. Yagi sends it across. Krall on the near side. Pollard sent across by McLaren. Now on the far side, Yagi. Good job, Brunsky's there. Libero for the Lady Rangers. Near side, McLaren taps it over. Partially blocked, but kept alive. Another good volley going back and forth. Brunsky on the dig. Pollard set over by Gregory. Right in front of the net. And tapped over to the back. Brunsky there again. Longest volley of the night. And it's unfortunately going to end with an overkill to the back. And the point goes to the Lady Eagles. And my goodness, they are playing well. Back-to-back set wins, game wins. And they lead 25-12, 25-14, 2-0 in this match. Two teams will switch sides. The Lady Eagles going for the sweep when we come back. We'll hope the Kemmerer Lady Rangers can get back into this one. They trail 2-0. You're listening to Kemmerer Lady Ranger Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.net.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to live action. Start of the third set, and the Lady Rangers off to a good start. They lead 1-0. Julian sends it over to Yagi on the near side. The Moj partially blocked up front. Lady Rangers scrambling, and just bumped over by McLaren to the near back corner. Now near side, the Moj taps it in front. Roxana Kelly tries to tap it up. She couldn't quite get over to the net. And we are tied at 1. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You're listening on mylocalradio.net. I'm Adam Jackson, and you can join me for all the Lady Ranger volleyball games. Brunski up in front, and then sent over by Kelly. Partially blocked, though. Kelly still gets it over. And now Wingleth. Wow, Brunski, another good effort in the back. This time it goes into the net. And the Lyman Lady Eagles back to what they've been accustomed to tonight, and that's the lead after winning the first two sets in convincing fashion, 25-12, 25-14. They lead early 2-1. Nielsen, though, with the kill on the far side, giving her team some energy as she comes over to the huddle, trying to get the Lady Rangers going in front of a pretty good crowd. The opening match in this brand new gym at Kemmerer High School. Sent over by McLaren. Wingleth into the net. And a point for the Lady Rangers. Coach Brescia Hansen just very calm on the far sideline, cheering on her team. She has to be impressed with what she's seen from the Lady Eagles tonight. And that ball goes into the net. Back-to-back mistakes by the Lady Eagles, and that's something we really haven't seen from them in the first two sets. No doubt why they've been winning very convincingly. 4-2 the score as Kemmerer leads. McLaren sends it over off the arms of Brunski, and that goes way back. Now the Lady Rangers able to track it down, and Lyman pulls to within 1. Again, the Lyman Lady Eagles, very, very experienced. That ball lofted over. Kroll hits it over on the far side. Now Julian. Back on the side of the Lady Rangers. Kelly has it blocked. And miscommunication between Kelly and Nielsen, and that ball drops. And 3 seniors, check that, 4 seniors on this Lady Eagle team, followed by 4 juniors. And one of the reasons they're so good is the chemistry, and they've been in this program a long time. That's what Coach Hansen was telling me. Ball sent over by McLaren. We've had a couple of really good volleys tonight between these two teams. Kelly in front. And it's blocked once again, both by Wingleth and Gross. Sent back over. Yagi deals with it. Wingleth in the middle sends it over. McLaren gets in front of it. Now Limoges coming back to help. Yagi will send it back to Limoges. Down the near side and too far off the back. And a point for your Lady Rangers, who lead 5-4. Meanwhile, for Kemmerer, a lot younger team. They lost 4 seniors last year off the 2A state championship team. Good swing in the back, but too far. And the point given to the Lady Rangers. Nielsen went for it, but fortunately she wasn't able to get there, and because of that it was too far. And Kemmerer a 6-4 lead in set 3. If you're just joining us, they dropped the opening 2 sets, opening 2 games. 25-12 and 25-14 to the Lady Eagles. Julian keeps it alive. Gregory, the freshman, down to get it though is Blumel. Tapped across by Wingleth. And the point given to the Lady Eagles. So we've got Grace Gregory, she's a freshman. Sophomore Hannah Nielsen. The rest junior and seniors for your Lady Rangers. They're 4-2 on the year. They did very well at the North Bighorn tournament in Lovell. And that goes into the net. A point for Kemmerer. Only 2 losses coming to the host team, Lovell. And their final loss in the championship game. Lovell's certainly going to be a very good team this year in 3A, as they were certainly tough for the Lady Rangers to deal with. Kelly puts it in play. Rangers in front by 2 in the 3rd set. Yagi sends across. Brunsky calls out. And now sent over by Gregory. Yagi comes back to the near side to her sister, and it's blocked in front. And a point for the Lady Rangers. Kemmerer matching their biggest lead all night long. They led 3-0 in the very first set. They lead 8-5 here. Roxana Kelly sends it back near corner. Yagi blocked in front by Gregory. Yagi tries to get it over, can't, as it hits the top of the net and falls down. And a 4-point lead for the Lady Rangers. 3rd set from Kemmerer High School. First 2 games belong to the Lady Eagles of Lyman. Kelly the serve. And then just tapped over. Kroll goes down, but it falls through as she came sprawling to her right to try and get the tap that was sent over by Bailey Gross. Unable to get there though, and now we'll see a serve coming from Lindy Blumel in the royal blue uniform of Lyman. Sits it back to Brunsky, now to Kroll. McLaren comes flying in. That goes off of Yagi to Blumel, near side. And Yagi can't hit it down. That's Jody Yagi, who's unable to get it across. And a point for the Lady Rangers, back in front by 4. 10-6 to score. You're listening on mylocalradio.net. Also watching on mylocalradio.net. Adam Jackson here alongside my cameraman, Warren Cook. Kroll puts it down. Oh, a great dig on that right side, though. And the ball goes too far. It's a point for the Lady Rangers. Lindy Blumel, though, coming up with an impressive dig. Unfortunately, her side couldn't get the point. Fortunately, though, for the Rangers, they do get the point, and they lead now by their biggest margin, 5, 11-6. Crawl runs up. Blumel down. Yagi that far side and set deep. Oh, sprawling effort. And does it get over? Yes, it does. No, they're going to say it's out of bounds. Great effort, though. First by Brunski, and then by Maggie to try and get it across. I believe that was Crawl that chased it down as well, but they just couldn't quite get it in play. And the point goes to the Lady Rangers. Volleyball, a cruel sport sometimes. McLaren sends it to the back row. Blumel is there in the middle. Set up and then tapped across by Dennis. Now Gregory tries to send it to the back, and it's too far. Goes long of that red line. Lady Eagles have closed to within 3. Gross across to the Rangers side. Brunski sends it back to the Lady Eagles side. And Yagi has it blocked by Gregory, but off the hands and down on the near side. You can see why Gregory up as a freshman. She's got the height in front. She's listed at 5'9", and she's certainly going to be a fun player to watch over the next 4 years. That serve way short on the near side by Gross. And an easy point for the Lady Rangers, leading 12-9. Brunski libero serves it across. Yagi to her other sister, Yagi. Brunski now will get it over the net. Near side, Yagi partially deflected, I believe, off Brunski. And the point goes to the Lady Eagles, trailing 12-10. (25-12) and 25-14. Lyman winning the first 2 games. That ball gets across. Now setting it up. It's blocked, though, in front by the Lady Rangers. Still gets over. Crawl is there. Pollard comes in. She'll send it over to Nielsen. Nielsen will just bump it over. Now Yagi goes cross court. Limoges puts it down for the point. And that Lady Ranger lead has all but evaporated. 12-11 the score. Kemmer leading, but only by 1. And they're trailing 2-0. Julian, or check that was Pollard that sent it over to McLaren. Now set back across. Maggie to McLaren. Far side, Yagi to Limoges. Partially blocked. McLaren smartly just sets it over. They go back to Limoges. Boy, she's got a powerful kill, but blocked nicely up front both times. They come back, near side, Limoges again. This time it's blocked, but it falls on the side of the Lady Rangers. And we are tied at 12. 12-12 the score in the third set. Lady Eagles trying to sweep your Lady Rangers. Brunski hits it over. Set up and down. Yes, the kill goes to Tessa Dennis. And all of a sudden the lead on the side of the Lady Eagles, 13-12. And a timeout called by Coach Peterson, hopefully to stop this Lyman run. 13-12 the score. Lyman leading. They're also leading 2-0. We'll be back for the finale of this third set. Kemmer Volleyball coming to you live right here on mylocalradio.net.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Welcome back to mylocalradio.net. Current point in play out of the timeout. McLaren gets it across, now on the near side. Limoges down the near sideline, and she finds that corner. Boy, a lot of players have played well. Limoges has had a powerful pack to her kill attempts tonight. There's another one there. She has caused the Lady Rangers issues. They trail 14-12 in set 3. Go back to Limoges near side. This time she taps it over. Pollard comes sliding in, though, to keep it alive. And Brunsky calls off Pollard to send it over. Now right down the middle. And that shot too far by Dennis. And the point goes to your Lady Rangers. Subs coming in. Julian and Kelly replacing Pollard and Maggie. Julian will serve this across. It doesn't quite get across as it hits the net on the far side. A 2-point cushion right now for the Lady Eagles. A 2-game cushion as they're in front 2-0 against the Lady Rangers. Trying to come in here and sweep Kemmerer. Just a tap over by Kelly. We'll see if the Lady Rangers can respond, though. That goes off the arms of Brunsky. Had to try and dive to her left. Boy, you got to give Lyman credit. They just have not made a lot of mistakes tonight. They've put the ball in the gaps of the Kemmerer defense and just really have played very well. Dennis sends it to the back row. Brunsky is there. And a little bit of a mishandle, so just a bump over. 3 blockers in front, down to get it is Krall. Back to McLaren. Good dig out by Gross. And then bumped over by Dennis. Lady Rangers will set it up. McLaren a tap over with the left hand, but it's picked up by Limoges. Back to Limoges, partially blocked and out of bounds on the near side. Peyton Limoges continues to be a focal point of this Lyman offense as they lead 17-13. See if Kemmerer can get a sign out. Kelly partially deflected in front by Wingleth. Now back near side. Limoges, this time she sends it too far. And it is a sign out for the Lady Rangers, who trail 17-14. Opening conference match between these two teams in the 2A Southwest, Kemmerer and Lyman. Kemmerer will also take on Wind River, another conference opponent, Saturday at 2 o'clock in Wind River. Dump set over. And a good diving effort by McLaren to keep that alive. Now to Krall, far side. Krall's been pretty quiet tonight. And that's blocked in front by Kelly and Nielsen, but it falls on their side. Michaela Krall dominated up in the North Bighorn tournament. Hasn't been as impactful tonight, but we'll see if hopefully she can get it going. They go to her this time, and there, right on cue, she taps it down on the far side. We saw a lot of that at the North Bighorn tournament. Kills, taps. Krall was very active. Nielsen had a big tournament. We'll see if some of the Kemmerer big guns can get it going and start a rally. They trail 18-15. They've got to win this set to keep this match alive. Nielsen points the ball in front of her. She'll serve it over. Handled on that far side by Limoges. Set up by Yagi. And Wingleth sends it too far. Back-to-back points for the Lady Rangers. And they are within 2. Again, it'll be number 15, Nielsen, to serve it over. Runs up, lobs it to the back. Limoges there to Yagi. Wingleth taps it in front. And Julian, diving, gets it across the net. Sent over by Bluemel. Now the Lady Rangers will set it up. Julian, far side, pushed over. Wingleth to the back. Nielsen is there, skies it in the air. On that far side, and down off the net. Michaela Krall there once again. And the Lady Rangers trying to pull even with this next point. They trail 18-17 in set 3. Down 2 games to love. Nielsen, unfortunately into the net. A good rally, though, with Nielsen serving them across. She'll check out as Brunski checks back in. Closest game we've had all night. 19-17. Lady Eagles in front. Serve to the back, McLaren there. Now to Julian, and Krall hits it into the net. And the Lyman Lady Eagles leading 20-17. Again, trying to sweep the Kemmerer Lady Rangers in their opening match on their new gym floor. Kept alive. Brunski gets it across, but 4 touches. No, point goes to the Lady Rangers. Lyman coming over to argue. And they saying that they thought it should have been 4 hits on the side of Kemmerer, but it isn't. And it goes, the point does, to the Lady Rangers. So good effort there, and I guess that's why you don't stop until the whistle goes. Kemmerer pulls to within 2. And Roxana Kelly just misses that back near corner. 21-18 the score. Kelly will check out. Pollard checks in. Subs on the other end as Wingwith checks out for the Lady Eagles. In comes Tessa Dennis. 21-18, Lyman leading. Serve goes across from Blumel. Pollard sets it up, and Gregory with a good hit, but Blumel is there. Middle of the court and down. A diving Pollard couldn't quite get there, up by the net on the near side, and now 22-18. Lady Rangers need to come back, and they need it quick. Blumel to the back. Krall sets it up near side, just in play for Pollard as she saves it, and then just sent over by McLaren. Tapped in front, and Dennis sends it over. Pollard right in the middle, set over by Gregory. Now it's set up near side and down, partially blocked in front by Gregory and Bailey, but the point goes to the Lady Eagles, and a timeout called by Coach Peterson as the Lady Rangers are in trouble. Trailing 2-0, they trail in this third set, 23-18. We'll have the conclusion of this game and maybe this match coming up for you next. As the Lady Rangers trailing 23-18, you're listening to Kemmerer Volleyball on mylocalradio.net.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back to live action in the third set. Lady Rangers trailing 23-18. Just bumped over. And Gregory goes to the back. It's off the arm of Lindy Blumel. And the Lady Rangers are within 4. They've got to win this set to keep this match alive. Already trailing 2-0. 25-12 Lyman, 25-14 Lyman in the first 2 games. Krall jump serves it over to Yagi. And then a kill set down, partially blocked, but it's good. As the kill is down by Dennis, and now match point. 5 opportunities for Lyman to come in here and sweep the Lady Rangers. Serve put in play. McLaren up top, gives it to Pollard, back to McLaren. And she sends it too far, and that is your match. A stunning finish as the Lyman Lady Eagles come in and they play terrific volleyball and win 25-12, 25-14, and 25-19, a straight match sweep. And unfortunately, the Kemmerer Lady Rangers dropped their 3rd match of the season, and it comes at home against the Lady Eagles. And we'll come back for the Lady Ranger postgame show to wrap this one up. Kemmerer falls in straight sets to Lyman, 25-12, 25-14, and 25-19. Come back as we'll have the Lady Ranger postgame show wrap up. We'll hope to talk with head coach Blake Peterson about this tough loss. It's all coming up for you next, right here on mylocalradio.net.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
There's an organization in Southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Well, just not the way you wanted to start the home opener here at the beautifully new Kemmerer High School gym, as the Lady Rangers not only fall, but they fall in straight sets. A tough loss tonight for Blake Peterson and his young team as they lose 12-25, 14-25, and 19-25. And they played a good team tonight. Maybe one of the favorites to win this 2A Southwest Conference after watching them. Lyman, a very experienced team, and one of the things that made Lyman so good is they just didn't make a lot of errors, and they've got some punishing blockers up in front, as Ann Wingleth, one of the seniors on this team, was real good up front, along with Tessa Dennis. Both those two players 5'10", and then you also had Lindy Blumel, a very solid libero in the back, and what a night for Peyton Lemo. She was one of the best hitters on the outside for this team. Bailey Gross contributed. Really all of the Lady Eagles played very well tonight here in Kemmerer, and they're going to leave here with a big-time victory in straight sets as they win 25-12, 25-14, and 25-19 in the home opener at the new facilities here at Kemmerer High School. As again, the Lady Rangers fall in straight sets to the Lady Eagles. Well, we'll take another quick break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have an interview coming up from head coach Blake Peterson soon, as he's, of course, talking to his team after this one. We're going to look ahead because we've got a big weekend for Kemmerer sports. Not only volleyball, as there's 2 more matches to come on Saturday, but a big football opener tomorrow, and we'll talk about that when we come back, along with the volleyball team, as they'll be back in action on Saturday. So a lot more to cover on the Lady Ranger postgame show, so stay right with us. You're listening to the Lady Ranger postgame show on mylocalradio.net.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
And we're back for one final time tonight from Kemmerer High School, the high school gym. Beautiful facilities. Doesn't look like Coach Peterson could make it out tonight, so we'll make sure to catch up with him on Saturday. We'll talk to him in the pregame of the Wind River game, and also we'll talk to him, of course, for the second match as well against Shoshone. But that's going to wrap up this broadcast. The Kemmerer Lady Rangers fall in straight sets to the Lyman Lady Eagles, 25-12, 25-14, and 25-19. And actually, we may have Coach Peterson coming right now. We'll see if we can get him up here for our post-game interview. And he is on his way up. So we'll have Coach Peterson for you in just a couple of minutes. Joining us on the Lady Ranger post-game show, of course. Lady Rangers falling straight sets, and just a tough night for them. A beautiful, beautiful facility that they played in. But you really have to give credit to the Lyman Lady Eagles. They came out tonight, didn't make a lot of mistakes, and they really just came in here and took care of business. Really good up front. And we'll have to see what Coach Peterson has to say about a really just a tough match as he's on his way up here. Again, Lady Rangers will be in action on Saturday. They'll take on Wind River. That's going to be at Wind River High School. And then they'll also take on Shoshone, and that will be at Shoshone High School. And we are now joined by the head coach for the Lady Rangers, Blake Peterson. And, Coach, just quickly give me your thoughts on the match tonight.
Oh, boy, what a start. I think it was a good wake-up call for us. The girls, I think, were feeling pretty confident after the level tournament, but I think that they, I don't know, I don't know how serious we took Lyman coming in. I think they did, but I don't know. I think it's a good wake-up call. Let us know where we really stand. I really think that Lyman's one of the top 2A teams in the state, between them and maybe Wright. There's some good 2A teams, and so they came in here and they kind of punched us in the gut a little bit, I hope that when we play them again, we can kind of give a little bit back. The girls played hard, but it was more of a desperate hard than a confident hard, and we made them look really good. We shot ourselves in the foot a lot. They did great with their ball control and not making mistakes, and those add up pretty quick. And so I kind of, so I think the gist of the whole match was ball control and who was making the mistakes on your own team and who was actually earning those points.
That's exactly my thought. Just from watching them up in Lovell to here, it seemed like they made a lot more mistakes tonight than they did really in all 6 matches up in Lovell.
Yeah, they made a lot of mistakes, and they were nervous. They were tight, and why that is exactly, I don't know. I'll be honest, I still don't understand the female mind. I talked with them in the locker room. They know they can play better than that, and they feel bad that they didn't represent their school a little bit better for the first game here, but. They know they can get better, and honestly, I'm encouraged because I don't think we were overmatched out there as much as we just made simple mistakes. There's nothing out there that we did that we can't fix. So by the end of the year, I'm hoping to be able to fix those. Like I said, we're a pretty young team, but keep working every day in practice and every game and fine-tuning some of those things. I think we'll be okay.
We're talking with head coach of your Lady Rangers, Blake Peterson, and one of the differences between your team and Lyman's is they were really experienced, and that may have played a factor. Come on the road, it's the first conference match, and again, you guys seem to make some mistakes, and Lyman really didn't make many mistakes at all.
I agree. They're experienced. They have most of the juniors and seniors over there playing, but at the end of the day, it's volleyball. And the ball's the same size, and it's the same height, the court's the same size, and we just have to play. We can't let things that don't matter really affect us. And I think we did kind of get taken out a little bit as far as mentally, but at the end of the day, we still have to just play volleyball. Well,
Coach, you'll have one day tomorrow before you head on the road and take on Wind River and then Shoshone on Saturday. Will you guys practice tomorrow, or will they get the day off?
Oh no, we definitely have some things to fine tune. This is a conference game tonight, and we have another conference game on Saturday.
Sure.
So there's definitely some things we're going to fine tune. We're going to have a practice actually tomorrow morning before school, and we'll get some of those things taken care of, and hopefully come out and show our improvements on Saturday.
Final question, Coach, before I let you go. Give me some big things you want to work on in tomorrow's practice leading up to those matches on Saturday.
So, honestly, it's not the big things that hurt us. It's some of the little things, just a little focus here and there, just making sure we're getting our technique right, making sure we're getting our timing right on the blocks. I don't know how many blocks we had that came down on our side of the net, So it's not big things to me. It's little things that have a big impact. And so just fine-tuning some of our mechanics, our timing, and then overall our confidence or intensity. So we're playing with that playing confidently hard instead of desperately hard.
Well, thank you, Coach. Tough loss tonight, but hopefully we can pick up 2 match wins on Saturday, 2 o'clock against Wind River and then 5 o'clock against Shoshone. And, Coach, we'll see you out there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, that's your head coach for the Lady Rangers, Blake Peterson, as he talks about just a tough match tonight. We'll take one more break and come back and wrap this broadcast up as the Lady Rangers fall in straight sets tonight, 25-12, 25-14, and 25-19. You're listening to Lady Ranger Volleyball postgame show on mylocalradio.net.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
And we're back one final time here at Kemmerer High School. I'm Adam Jackson, live for you on mylocalradio.net. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and hopefully you'll catch our 3 broadcasts over the weekend. Again, tomorrow we're going to be out in Rawlins as the football team gets underway. First game of the year, hopefully the first win of the year, as your Kemmerer Rangers take on the Rawlins Outlaws. That game under the lights, 7 o'clock. I'll have the pregame for you at 6:30. And then a bit of a time change on Saturday, as Coach Peterson just telling me the first match actually for your varsity Lady Rangers is going to be at 1 o'clock against Wind River. And then they'll also play at 5 o'clock still over in Shoshone. About a 30-minute drive, so not too bad. You'll have some time in between. And again, we'll have all 3 of those. First, the game for football tomorrow, and then the 2 matches on Saturday. Pre-game for the 2 volleyball games will start 20 minutes prior. And then the football game Pregame going to start tomorrow at 6:30. So really hope you can tune in. We're here all year long supporting the Kemmerer Rangers. We'll be here for football in the fall, obviously Lady Ranger volleyball, and then of course when the winter comes around, boys and girls basketball. Well, that's going to wrap up this Lady Rangers volleyball postgame show. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holders. Once again, our final tonight. Unfortunately, a tough loss for the Kemmerer Lady Rangers. They drop it in 3 straight sets to the Lady Eagles of Lyman, 25-12, 25-14, and 25-19. Make sure you join us tomorrow if you want to catch some football before we get ready for the big Saturday of Lady Volleyball, Lady Ranger Volleyball, 6:30 pregame show. I'll have it for you as the Rangers take on the Outlaws. The first serve on Saturday will come to you at 1 o'clock. Pregame for that starts at 12:40. Special thanks to Val Cook and everybody back at Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Thanks to my cameraman who's standing behind the camera right now, Mr. Warren Cook, as he gives a smile there. And, of course, that's going to do it. Until next time, I'm Adam Jacksa from Kemmerer. I say goodbye and good night.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
You have been watching Kemmerer Lady Rangers Volleyball live on MyLocalRadio.net. Today's match was brought to you by Monsanto, Old West Design, Western Wyoming Community College, and Old West Media, Inc. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time for more Kemmerer Lady Ranger Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.net.